Everyone wants to be happy, but what does happiness even mean? Is it something we find, something we create, or something we become? In this video, we're diving into the true meaning of happiness, beyond surface level moments and into the habits, mindset, and choices that will make it last. You can't really find happiness by, once I have my dream body, I'll be happy. Once I'm pretty enough, I'll be happy. This is never gonna get you anywhere. Once you get those things, you're not gonna be happy. Is what's gonna actually cultivate your happiness. Let me guess, you're feeling stuck, unmotivated, or just not as happy as you want to be. Trust me, I've been there. What if I told you that happiness is not some big mystery? Actually, it's just a few really small shifts that can make a big change in your life. Let's dive in and glow up your mood together. This video will be split into several chapters, so buckle up, get your snacks, get your tea or whatever drink you prefer to have right now. I have ginger mango tea that I've been loving lately. Shout out to my aunt who recommended this. If you're a matcha girly, get that. Coffee, whatever your drink of choice, get your snacks, get ready, because we're going to be talking a lot this video. This is something really important to me. Let's get straight into the video. Chapter number 1 is the truth of happiness. Happiness is not about big milestones happening in your life, but on the contrary, happiness is really about lots of small things adding up into the bigger picture. So you can really cultivate true happiness by creating small daily habits that are actually meaningful for you. What's meaningful for me may not be what's meaningful for you, so you can't really find happiness by searching up what other people do to be happy or looking at people's outside lives through, whether that's through social media, through your close friends and family. However, you actually need to find what works for you by experimenting and doing small things that you know make you happy and building on top of that. So there's something that's generally accepted by most people in society, or just something that is like true to your heart. It may be gaming, it may be having some type of sort of movement. You might love to run track or do ballet or do gymnastics, or something simple like playing board games with your family, baking in the kitchen, you know, finding a cute outfit to wear, doing your makeup. Making sure that you add these things into your daily lifestyle is what's going to actually cultivate your happiness. Chapter number 2 is common misconceptions or myths about happiness. So I know a lot of people, myself included, have this idea of I'll be happy when. So I'll be happy when I graduate from university. I'll be happy when my YouTube channel hits 1,000 subscribers. I'll be happy when I lose this amount of weight or I gain this amount of weight. Once I have my dream body, I'll be happy. Once I feel good about myself, once I'm pretty enough, I'll be happy. Once I have this relationship, I'll be happy. But this is never going to get you anywhere, because regardless of what you may think, once you get those things, you're not going to be happy if this is your mindset. I promise you. I've had so many times where I'm like, once I have enough like comments on every video, I'm going to be happy. And then once I get to a point where I have comments on every video, I'm to a point where I'm like, I want more. And you keep kind of upping that goal, and it's never really going to get you anywhere in life. So instead of having this idea of you're going to be happy when some certain thing happens in your life, so you need to create a space where you can be happy whether these goals or these dreams are fulfilled or not. You'll be happy if you reach a certain amount of subscribers, but if you don't reach it, you're still going to be happy and you're going to still continue working on your dreams, because truly you are not going to be happy if you place your happiness on something outside of what you can do right in this very moment. By all means, I'm not saying do not set goals. You should definitely do that, but don't place your happiness on something. So create happiness by all the steps you're taking to reach that goal, instead of saying that you'll only be happy once you're at the end. Chapter number 3 is to prioritize your mindset. This is the number 1 thing I'd say. If I took away everything else from this video, this is the main thing I'd say, is prioritize your mindset, because this is everything. And I know this can sound like really repetitive and cliche. Prioritize your mindset. What you think is what matters. What you think creates your reality. But it is all true, and I cannot stress it enough. Your mindset is really what creates your reality. It creates your happiness. It creates how you feel on a day-to-day basis. If every day you wake up, whether you live in a mansion or a little small apartment, if every day you wake up and you have this miserable mindset of today is not going to be a great day, today is not going to be fun, I'm not going to have a good day today, today's going to be the same as every single day, I hate my life, guess what? You are never going to get to a point where you love your life. You win the lottery, whether you achieve these goals that you set so hard to achieve, you're not gonna be happy. You already set in your mind that you have a miserable life, that you're always gonna be upset. If you wake up with the intention to make the most out of your day, 10 times out of 10, you will have a much better day. I'm not saying this as someone who wakes up every day with the most positive mindset. Absolutely not. There are so many days where I wake up and I just don't want to get out of bed. I want to snooze my alarm. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do any work. But shifting that mindset is what's important. It is okay to not have days where you're totally positive. Everybody has days when they're down. Everybody has days when they're a little bit more emotional. Whatever emotion you're feeling is valid, but it is important to not let those emotions define you. Don't let the emotions define who you are. Don't wake up sad one day and say that you're a sad person. Don't get a little bit too angry in a situation and say that you're an angry person, because these emotions are not who you are. You need to actually define yourself with things that you want to define yourself as. So if you want to be a thoughtful, caring, compassionate, happy person, then that is what you need to actually strive to achieve every single day without neglecting your other emotions. Feel your emotions, but let them go. Let them be without assigning it to yourself, to your core, and saying that this is who you are. But small things in your mindset can really influence how you feel every day. When you snooze your alarm in the morning and you say that you don't feel like getting up, and dismiss a promise that you made yourself the last night, because the night before you said, I'm going to wake up at this time. By kind of dismissing that and not staying true to what you told yourself, you are creating a whole bad start to your day. So I do snooze my alarm as well, something I also need to work on. But doing small things like getting up when your alarm goes off and keeping that promise to yourself will start your day in a positive mindset, and it will help the momentum of your day to keep going. I use this example a lot, but something like spilling coffee that's outside of your control right now, instead of thinking like, oh, since my coffee spilt, I'm gonna have such a bad day. Absolutely not. Your coffee spill, you clean it up, maybe you laugh about it. If something bad happens, if you have a failure, if something just doesn't go the way you want it to go, don't use it as a term to define who you are. Instead, use it as a way to grow. Say, okay, I did this, now I know what I need to change to improve next time. And that's how you turn it into a positive thing. Not everything in life is going to be so easy to flip around and change to positive. There's some really horrible things that sometimes happen in our lives, but we need to choose to not let those things define who we are. Chapter number 4 is to invest in yourself. Invest in your daily habits. Do something every day that you know will help to improve your future self. If your dream is to become an entrepreneur every day, try to learn something more about entrepreneurship. I like to tell a story of when I first started my business. I used to take a little paper towel roll and make like a little knitting crocheting machine out of it. And I had these little hooks that I got from like a cute tiny little knitting kit that my mom bought me as a kid. But I'd use the little paper towel roll, some hack I found on YouTube, and I make these cute little yarn bracelets. I make different colors. I know my favorite was purple, so I'd make these yarn bracelets, and then one day I had like a whole basket of them. I was like, I'm gonna sell them. I used to be homeschooled, so we had like a little homeschool group. I took the whole basket to the homeschool group and I was selling them each for $1. It was great. It was fantastic. I sold like 10 different bracelets. I had like a few left. So at this point, my best friend was there. I knew she didn't really have that much money at the time or any cash with her, so she was my best friend. So of course, being my best friend, I gave her a bracelet for free. And that was my mistake. So the paying customers were understandably upset that somebody else got the same product for free, but they had to pay for it. So they kind of questioned like, what was the actual value of what I just paid for if you were able to give it to her for free? They all returned it. They all put the bracelet back in the basket along with their money, and I lost like all of my money. I think one person, an adult that felt bad, kept the bracelet and let me have the money. So I, instead of having like $15 at the end of the day, I came back with like $1 and a bad reputation of my business. That was my first ever business fail, but I wouldn't say that I'm a bad business owner or not going to be a good entrepreneur in the future because of that. Instead, I used it as a learning lesson to make sure that everything is priced fairly and to make sure that no other customer gets something that other customers don't have. I'm just using it as an opportunity for growth. Number 5 is movement and nutrition is key. It is really so key to your happiness, because if you're feeling sluggish and lethargic all the time, you're just not going to be happy. And a lot of times we don't realize how much this is associated with how we take care of ourselves. When I am eating junk food, I am puffy, I break out, I am bloated all around my body, but especially my stomach. And then I just feel tired. I don't feel like doing anything. And then when I don't do the things that I wanted to do, I feel bad that I'm not accomplishing my goals. And that just creates like an overwhelming cycle of not feeling my best. However, when I wake up in the morning, I make sure I drink water, I stay hydrated, I make sure I do some movement in the morning, whether it's like a quick 10-minute Pilates or yoga, or like a whole 30-minute weightlifting sesh with cardio. Regardless of what it is, as long as I get some movement, I feel 10 times better. And then prioritizing nutrition, instead of eating all these processed and ultra processed foods, if I wake up, I make a little scrambled eggs or omelet with some vegetables, some Greek yogurt with some honey and fruit, maybe some granola and chocolate chips on top. Feels so much better. So make sure you prioritize your nutrition and your movement. Find the movement that works for you personally. Don't do things because it's trending or because you think it's going to help you lose a certain amount of weight if you know you're not going to stick to it. Find what makes you happy, whether that's running, whether that's yoga, Pilates, walking, regardless of what it is, make sure you find some movement. Number 6 is to declutter your life. When you have like 1,000,001 things on your desk and you try to focus and lock in for an assignment, it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. If you are trying to work out and there's so many things on your floor, you can't even lay out your yoga mat, you're not gonna do it. So making sure that your whole life is decluttered in the best way possible is going to help you stay so much more efficient in your daily life. And I don't only mean like your space, like your room, your kitchen, your bathroom, but also like your digital space. Make sure your phone doesn't have like 1,000,000 photos on it, so that every time you try to take a photo, you have to go back and delete everything. Make sure that your email is not so full that you can't even receive emails, etc., etc. Make sure you clear out that phone, organize that phone. Something I need to do right now, actually. Your mind is so much more clear when your environment is clear. Chapter number 7 is to romanticize the small things. For example, this tea. I have this cute little pink mug that I absolutely love. I have my favorite tea, making me feel so much better. Picking like hijab colors that suit me. I love like a nice maroon red color. And I have a little challenge for you guys. If you are somebody who likes to record, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, just record and take pictures of like the small moments in your life. Make a little spam Instagram account to like post the pictures, even if you have nobody follow it. Make the spam if that's what makes you happy. When I neglect my little small things in my life, I do not feel good. I tell you guys, in finals week, I had my first semester at university. I just finished. But I tell you, finals week, I did not take care of myself. Mentally, physically, nothing. Like my whole lips got like so dry because it was also really cold, but also because I was like not drinking water. I was not working out. I was barely like changing out my pajamas before I would go study. That's how bad it got. And I would tell you, next semester, I hope I will not do that again, because that was not a happy time for me. And I know, yeah, finals week is obviously not going to be the most happy, but I'd say I probably need to tone it down a little bit next time. All the small little things will add up into something amazing. Number 8 is creating a routine. Create a routine that works for you specifically. For me, like I said, I like to do yoga in the morning. I like to drink tea. I like to make sure I'm drinking at least like 500 milliliters of water in the morning. Those things are what makes me happy. I also love journaling. I love doing a little bit of meditation or prayer in the morning. That's something that I personally love to do. You need to find a routine that works for you specifically. Chapter number 9 is meaningful connections. As humans, we need social interaction, regardless of what it is, whether it's with your family, with a few close friends, with a big group of friends, if that's what you prefer. We need social connection, and social connection will overall help us to feel so much more fulfilled in life. But it has to be meaningful connections. It has to be the right connections. Because I tell you, if you have friends that actually do not serve you, that do not fulfill you, that make you feel worse about yourself after you hang out with them, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to cut these people out of your life, because absolutely not. We do not need people who are draining our energy. We do not need people who are spreading negativity, and we do not need people who just don't make us feel good. No, that is not selfish, because your friendships are supposed to fulfill you. And I don't mean that necessarily that you guys have to have the exact same hobbies, but like the core principle beliefs kind of have to match for you to actually connect with a person. If you are someone who does not like to gossip, and you're with friends that love gossiping about other people, you're with friends who totally are always talking bad about other people, first of all, more times out of not, they're talking about you when you're not there as well. If you're with somebody who's always talking about somebody else behind their back, they're probably also talking about you when you're not around. So don't think that you're somebody special if you have friends that are like that. But if they don't align with you and you're not somebody who gossips, then why are you hanging out with them? That doesn't mean necessarily that they're bad people or that you need to like be mad at them and hold a grudge with them for the rest of your life. Absolutely not. They can be good people, but if they don't align with who you are, they don't need to be in your life. But you need to find people that actually fulfill you, and once you hang out with them, once you spend time with them, you actually leave feeling better. Whether that's your family, your friends, make sure that your connections are actually meaningful and that you get something out of it. Okay, you guys, that was the last chapter of the video. I had so much fun recording this, and please let me know, guys, what more videos you'd like to see. I know I've been gone from my channel for quite a while, and if you've watched till the end, you're a real one. You're a real one. I love you. I really want to get back to recording like videos, so hopefully I can at least do sit down videos, even if I'm not able to do the same vlogs as I used to be able to do. So stay tuned, guys, and let me know what you guys want. And also make sure you follow my Instagram at mindfully.safia, my Pinterest as well. Everything should all be linked down below. I love you guys so much. Stay radiant, stay beautiful. I love you, queens.